Very fast in the heats. They're going to want to get away fast. They like to get out in front. But look at Canada go. They're up at 49 strokes a minute, and they are motoring. When they get into their stride, they have a very definite lie back, which Mike Spracklin says he coaches for, and he's always coached for. And you see how they really do lean back to send away those finishes. There's Croatia. They've lost some of their strong men. The Skellin brothers went into the pair, and then into the four. Cox 4, Borashko and Martinov have gone out of this 8. So it's a different 8, really. Only Frančičić from the Olympic boat that came third. But they're moving well out in that far lane. Germany here, very keen, having not qualified for the Olympics, very keen to make a showing here, very keen to show who they are.
Interesting fact about Germany is that they were successful in the World Cup, but in the second round at Lucerne, the Americans dealt with them in no uncertain fashion.
Yeah. United States have been very good. They've got some experienced men in their boat here. Volpenheim at 7, Muller at 6, Worley at 5, Moser at 4, Klug at 2. Very strong, very experienced guys, all part of that great period during the late 90s when they won 3 world titles in succession.
So it's a North American 1-2 across the line through the first quarter, but Canada in this very distinctive style. Some would say rather old-fashioned style, but is that a correct assessment or analysis?
Well, it's a style that was kind of popular in Britain in the 30s. It's very distinctive. It's very accentuated. It does send the boat well at the finish. I asked Mike Spracklin whether he was coaching specifically for this, and he says he always coaches like this, but I was coached by him and he never told me to do that.
So Canada with the advantage and being chased by the United States. Italy who really, it's a long time since they had a crew that stood on a World Championship podium. In fact, all of 17 years since they occupied the runners-up spot.
Well, they've got Alessio Sartori, the great sculler from the quad, from the Olympic gold medal quad, who's sitting in the stroke seat. He's moved now into rowing. He was going to retire, but he's been reinvigorated, and he's come back and is stroking this Italian boat. For the Great Britain team now, completely new, reorganized crew, all young new guys. They had a boat during the summer which wasn't going well enough. They needed to remotivate that group. They had 3 Olympic gold medalists from 2000, and they've gone into the Cox 4 hoping to win the Cox 4s event. But here, Great Britain, this new young boat, glad to be in the final, done well to get into the final, sitting now in 6th place.
Canada still with the call, and just looking over there, Brian Price, the coxswain of the Canadian 8, just having a look at the Americans to his left there. And at the moment, the Canadians, if anything, Dan, are increasing their advantage. And this is a really stonking piece of work that they're doing here in this second quarter of the race.
They're doing wonderfully well. They're sitting there at 38 strokes a minute, just looking back on the field. Very, very accurate, actually, with the blades, moving their boat very well together. It's not bouncing at all, but they are under pressure now from the crew alongside them, United States in lane 3 and Germany in lane 2.
Yes, the black boat of the United States, the pink boat of Germany, and just outside them in lane number 1, you can't see them now, are the Croatians. Still close enough, if good enough, but it is Canada who are already increasing their advantage once again now. The Canadians making more moves now to increase the advantage as we come towards the final quarter of the race. Now Canada with the best part of 3/4 of a length advantage over now Germany, with America in 3rd place. In fact, it's half a length, just a little bit more to Canada, Germany and the United States, and then Croatia and Italy and Great Britain trailing as they were after the first quarter. But can they keep this going, Canada?
Canada look very, very composed. It's very impressive the way they're rowing. Germany at 37 strokes a minute, trying to push on, trying to get past United States, but Canada sitting so elegantly up in front. Germany wasting a lot. You can see water throwing off the end of their blades, but it's the Canadians who are keeping their blades buried at the finish of the stroke and getting that extra little bit of surge from this big, big finish that they have. They're winding it up now, up to 38 strokes a minute. Germany getting the measure of the United States. Germany coming really fast now, up around 40 strokes a minute. United States trying to get back on terms again, but it's Canada out in front. Canada, in fact, if anything, moving away again. They are now up at 40. Canada about half a length ahead. Germany trying to get back on terms, but it looks like Canada moving really well now.
Canada holding off the late charge of Germany. Germany being urged on by Peter Tide. Mikael Rue, the stroke trying to raise just that little bit more. But at the moment, Brian Price and Jeffrey Powell for Canada have got this race in their grasp. Just a few more strokes now to the line. Here come Canada, and Canada have taken it. Gun to tape, and Canada are the champions of the men's eights, ahead of Germany, United States in bronze, ahead of Croatia, and then Italy and Great Britain. That a fantastic performance by the Canadians, and look at that time.